Okay.
Very bleak.
Well, with Crawford out the picture, Rick, there's a vacancy for now. Who's the best fighter in the world? You got Usyk, you got Inoue. Who do you think is the best fighter in the world right now? Is it one of those guys, or is it somebody else? I know you're high on Bam Rodriguez. Who do you feel is
Um,
the best fighter?
well, I think the combination, if you ask me, let's take Crawford out of the picture. Let's take him for his word that he's retired. Let's say he's not going to come back, and if he does, maybe he does for one fight. So it's still like retired.
Mhm.
Um, you got to when you talk about ring IQs and great fighters, you got Usyk, you got Inoue, you got Bam, you got Shakur, and you got Oscar Collazo.
Okay.
And 105 pounds is a weight class and it counts.
No, it is. I follow the 105-pound division. I know the fighters down there.
You don't weigh much more than that.
No, I'm walking around like a cool 140 right now, Rick.
Really?
Like 140 right now. Maybe 140. I'm a little fat right now for my standards, but
I would have guessed it looked like a 112 pounder to me.
nah, we just carry it well.
Okay.
But so those are your five. Collazo, Bam, Usyk. You mentioned
Shakur.
Shakur. You mentioned Inoue. I know in the past and even on our phone call earlier, you said that you feel like Inoue's ring IQ isn't as high as people think it is. That it's just more so about
No,
his.
he's more fast and his physicality overcomes his lack of a great ring IQ. He does have a good ring IQ, but not fitting in with those guys.
Okay, because a lot of
Ability
people.
fits in with those guys, but not ring IQ.
I understand. Because I mean, I'd push back a little bit. I know people would as well, and they would say, "Well, look, Rick, he's fighting these top contenders like the Merjons and Picasso, these guys, and he's changing his style up, and he's beating these guys, 10 rounds to 2,
But
12 rounds to nothing."
that's because of speed and his physicality of speed and power and all that and balance. That's got nothing to do with ring IQ. He's beating the guys on talent. His ring IQ's all right, but it's not bad. I mean, he's not an Iran Barkley.
Yeah, yeah. I know earlier when we were talking, you said that the reason you feel it's not as high is because he gets clipped too much.
Right. He just get clipped a lot on number one. And number two is he gets caught switching up from going from inside and outside too much. He pulls straight back and just does things that great fighters don't, guys with high ring IQs don't do.
Okay, okay. Um, will those things get him in trouble against Junto Nakatani? I know they're supposed to fight at the Tokyo Dome. It's going to be a big fight.
Well,
What
I'm up on the Japanese boxing scene, but you're way more than I am. You tell me.
more than anybody? Yeah, I would say yes. Yes, I think so. I think Junto doesn't have enough top level experience for this kind of fight. I was saying that for a while. And I think the Reyes fight kind of it confirmed that to me. And I think Inoue should beat him decisively when they fight.
I can see that. I can see that. Nakatani's got a good ring IQ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. His issue isn't ring IQ or anything like that. I just think it's a matter of top level experience. He hasn't fought the quality of competition that Inoue has.
Not too many people have, and all the weight classes.
But I'm saying like he
Usyk
just
has.
doesn't have. He hasn't had too many elite guys that have given him any resistance going
True.
into this fight. The last 3 years up until this fight, he's been knocking out everybody before the second half of the fight. So he hasn't had to go rounds in a long time. And now when he does, he ran out of ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you think, Rick, about Inoue going to featherweight? A lot of people want to see him go to featherweight. Who do you feel would give him the
I,
toughest challenge up there?
I think because Espinoza's height and length and those long arms and power and stuff and left-handed, I think that Espinoza and him would be a real rumble.
You mean Espinoza?
What do you think?
I like that. Espinoza fight's good, but I don't think that guys with these long torsos can beat a guy like Inoue. It's too much body to hit. He gets real tall right there in front of you. I think Inoue will beat him.
Makes sense. I'm not saying he wouldn't win, but I think that's a good fight.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight.
It's intriguing.
Call it call it, bias on my end if you want, but I think the Angelo Leo fight is the best fight at him for that division. That division. I think Angelo has some things for him.
Okay,
Volume
I'll buy
wise,
that.
body
I'll buy
punching
that.
wise.
I tend to agree.
Okay, okay. And then Nick Ball. I think Nick Ball. I think Inoue beats Ball, but I
Nick Ball gets blown out. He gets hit too much. His balance, he looks like a dog taking a piss on a fire hydrant. He gets blown out.
no chance. You can Nick Ball, no chance.
No, he might last a little while, okay, because there's so much grit, grit and all that, but he's gonna get blown out. Just
I think he makes
a
it
matter
real
of when.
ugly. I think Nick Ball
Huh?
makes that fight. I think Nick Ball makes that fight real ugly.
Yeah, yeah, I think he does. I think that's the easiest fight of the guys at 126. Nick Ball.
Even more than, like, let's say, like, if Shushu were to be Carlos Castro, even more than a Bruce Carrington.
No, Shushu can punch, and Shushu's got fast hands and fast feet, good balance, and a good ring IQ.
Okay, okay. So you're not down on Shushu because the Suleiman Tagawa fight, because a lot of he didn't perform well.
Listen, every guy that became a world champion had a tough time with somebody along the way. Riddick Bowe had trouble with ever Bigfoot Martin
Yep, yep.
and who was the other guy?
Tony
He had
Tubbs.
trouble. Who?
Tony Tubbs.
Now somebody else. He had trouble with two guys.
Everett Morrow was one of them for sure.
Yeah, ever Bigfoot Martin. Somebody else, but he had trouble with two different guys, and he was one. They all do. Al. Coming up, they all do. And he had trouble with one guy. I mean, come on. You
Okay.
know, Shushu's a good fighter. He's
No,
very,
he is.
very good fighter.
He's going. So, like, after that Tagawa fight, what I've noticed from Top Rank is that they matched him up with mostly come forward guys, and he's more of a counter punch mid range fighter. Now he's going into a fight with Carlos Castro, who's a rangy boxer. How do you see that, Rick? Do you feel like maybe?
I think Castro's on the back nine,
Mhm.
and he's too slow. He's just a guy, and Carrington's supposed to win that fight.
Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. We got a super chat. My man El Jefe says,